Hi, welcome. Today we're going to work with the massage around the buttocks, the legs, the inside and the outside of the legs, and we're going to release any tension there and notice how it feels to massage different parts of the legs, and I'll give you some acupressure points along the way. So one of my favourite points, whether I'm doing shiatsu or in the yoga class or personally de-stressing, is a point here right in the centre of our buttocks. If you find it, it's fleshy usually. It's a gallbladder point number 30. And we collect a lot of tension there. I always say when we're hunching up our shoulders, we can feel it. What we don't realise is that at the same time we very often hunch our buttocks and that tension can stay in there. So this is a great point to bring relaxation all the way through your body. If you only do one point during the week, this would be a great one to choose. So I'm going to take the ball, steady it on the mat, and just begin to sit on it. So just bringing my pressure, my weight in any way towards the ball. So that involves just moving my leg to the side. It makes me want to breathe. And then we might take a weight on our hands if that's available to us and just roll around that point. And this feels good all the way around the buttocks. So if you're somebody who's doing sport, cycling, running, bodybuilding, working in the gym, any kind of sport, this would be a great way to relieve any muscle tension and to make those muscles more toned, stronger, and to send away any tension. And you can find, just by moving, the points that may need a little bit more work, and go gently. Don't dive in deep the first time. Exploring around the bones, around the edge of the sacrum and the hip bones, maybe a little sensitive. They're probably feeling the fascia, so any tightness around that membrane that's working around the bones there, that's enclosing the bones. So, and then maybe we just want to lean all of our weight onto that point in the middle. And breathe as you go, allowing tension to escape with a sigh. Okay, so we could also do this kneeling or standing, just rolling with our hand around that point in the centre. If we go slightly towards the hip bone, in between the hip bone and the sacrum, we have the piriformis, and there I'm just going to lift my leg. That's going to give me a little bit more access there to the piriformis, so you find your own ways. And maybe a little higher up and across towards the back of the sacrum. Let me show you that from behind. Triangular bone there, the base of the spine. Going gently, a point which is very good for any bowel issues, constipation, grounding. It's a grounding point. Okay, just pausing again. And I'm just going to show you this point standing, so we can certainly access this point maybe with the legs slightly wider apart, maybe just leaning on the wall and using our hand. And we could always just lean into the wall, just finding that point. De-stressing. And ensuring to give the other buttock the same amount of massage. So you can see I'm sitting on a block. I'm putting my knee onto a cushion. We're going to access the inside of our left leg, and here we have some points. It's not quite so fleshy, so a little bit more bony, and so as we start to massage there, being very gentle, again contraindicated in pregnancy. You wouldn't do this part of the massage. Just rolling gently. We're going down the midline, so from the inside, so it's really the seam of your pants from the ankle bone to the inside of the knee. And I've got a very light touch on this one, very light, so just floating over the top. And then I'm going to come a little to the front of the seam, just inside the shin bone, and again very gently, right up to the inside of the knee and back down. And then just 2 times a little further back than the seam of the pants. More fleshy as we go higher up. Okay, and then we're going to let our leg rest down. We're coming to the inside, a part that can be very sensitive, a part that's related to holding a lot of tension in the body, a lot of our life experience. So sometimes I say that when we're massaging this, sometimes we want to shout when we go outside because it's releasing things that have been kept inside. That's right down the centre from the knee to the middle point of the groin. So take it gently. Almost as you look at your leg down here, it's the very centre line. We're going to roll with the hand. And then we might want to bring the other hand on top, go a little deeper. So we're just daring and finding which hand wants to be underneath. Just daring to go a little deeper. And it might be a bit of an ouch, so just a couple of, let's say, a minute at a time for a few days until it's starting to feel that it's released some of the tension. We're going to come a little further down, so somewhere on the inside, it will be the inside seam of your pants if you were standing up. So we're just rolling down the inside, a little bit more fleshy there. And this is a very grounding energy channel, so if you're feeling a little floaty or airy, this would be a good channel to work on. Okay, and then we're going a little more along the top, so more towards the hip bone as we're in this position. Another point which is very good for grounding, for being in the muscles. It might increase our appetite or improve our digestion, linked with the digestive channels. Any tiredness in our limbs, this would be helpful, and finding some points there that feel slightly different, so just exploring what they are, going gently, maybe just staying on the points that need a little more attention. Okay, we're going to stay with this one and move to the other side. So opening out your leg, and we're going to start by the midline on the inside of the right leg. So just rolling the ball up and down, noticing if this feels different to the other leg. A little more sensitive perhaps in my case, yes? way down the midline and not pressing too hard on the part that feels a little more bony. And then we're coming slightly to the front, adjusting our hands so that we can do that. And then let's go onto the inside seam, so the more fleshy part right down the centre from the ankle bone to the centre of the knee. Okay, and if you want to spend a little longer at that, just pausing the video so that you can do that. We're going to come to the inside of the thigh. Remember the centre line from the centre of the knee to the centre of the groin, and pressing a little harder if that feels comfortable. You might want to do this after you've been to the gym or after your yoga practice. Perhaps try it if you're not sleeping very well. And notice if you do this a few hours before you go to bed, if it helps to bring a peaceful sleep. We're going to go on the outside of the leg, so towards the top of the quads. And then on the inside seam, right down the centre of the inside of the leg there. Then I just want you to stand up and feel the legs as they are feeling now. If your legs are shake, notice. Okay, we're going to now work on the outside of the leg. I'm going to show you a point here which is very useful for bringing energy and releasing stress. So we bring our hands under the knee. We put our finger just on the centre of our little finger. We're on the bone here. We're on the bone that's going down to the ankle. And if you just gently press there and just move around with your finger, you might find a point which is a little bit sensitive. So we want to incorporate that point. That point can bring us some lovely energy release. So we might feel a little bit more energetic, or just that we've relaxed and let go of something. Now we're going to do the whole of the shin. So we're going to go again on the centre line between the ankle and the outside corner of the knee, to put it simply. And as we move down, noticing pleasant kind of a massage, that you're not going too deep. And when we get to the point just under the knee, perhaps we just want to feel it and put a little pressure on, circling around there. You can see where that is. You might just have to search for that, but it's going to bring you some lovely relaxation. And a very good point if you're not eating, if you have some digestive issues, it can relax the whole of your abdominal area and stomach and digestion. Okay. And then just slightly to the centre of the outside of the lower leg. Okay. And let's turn to the opposite side. So finding that point again, and just rolling down the outside of the leg. And to the slightly behind the centre line. So on the opposite leg, I just want to show you how this might look if we were seated and we find a way to sit comfortably, maybe crossing our legs, and there we can just reach down and massage the outside, and finding that point just underneath the knee, maybe pressing a little harder there if that feels comfortable. Trying to keep the other leg relaxed and the foot on the floor. Okay. And just knowing that we can massage just knowing that we can massage the inside of the leg as we're sitting, resting our leg onto a cushion, and we can do all of that massage in a sitting position. Or we could do this at our desk. We could do this in a comfortable lounge chair. We could get really comfortable. We could do it sitting on our bed so that we can get to massage the whole